I was addicted to a whole lot of stuff. Not pornography, not anything sexual, but things that eat up the mind. Right?
Individually, societally, sometimes you are addicted so much that you can't mingle with your friends. And that's so sad, right? So sad.
Betting, whoever bets and whosoever is addicted to betting is a thief. Okay, one important thing is, would you want people to see that you're addicted to this particular thing?
Nana, how do we get out of this canker?
Okay, I will use three steps.
Okay.
Or 3 guidelines, or maybe 3 things you would have to do as a person who would want to fight porn addiction.
Okay.
So I'll start from the 3rd one.
A lot of people think addiction is just drugs or alcohol. What if I told you most of you are addicted and do not even know about it? In this video, I have a friend with me whom we are going to be discussing this particular topic. Do not forget to stick and stay with us to the end of this video. Like, comment, and also share. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel as well. Let's get into it. Nana,
Charlie,
how are you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good.
Good.
Do you wear red, dear? Charlie, some danger video now.
Danger. No,
That's right. So, welcome to this space.
Thank you.
It has actually been very difficult getting you, right? But finally, here we are today. So, like I did mention in the intro, we are going to be talking about addiction, the causes, what actually brings about that, the effect that it brings, and the damages that it gives us as individuals, and how we can break free from this particular cancer. Right. So, a lot of people might not know who you are, with your... Charlie, senior one, so I'll let him do a very quick
Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
All right, so my name is Nana Banguachi.
Okay.
And currently doing myself.
Yeah. Charlie, senior man, Sika Channel too. National Tele before Sika no a channel. All right. And so, Nana, when we say addiction, what actually entails addiction, right? For the audience sake.
Okay, so from my layman definition, I would say that addiction is something you keep doing and then can't stop doing, and despite the harm it causes you. So that's simply the definition for addiction from my side.
All right. In simple terms, addiction could cause harm to you, but you are still inside it. Despite all the, things you are going through, you are still just inside it, right? So at what point do we say someone has been addicted to a particular thing?
Okay, when the person is fed up with a thing, but then can't stop doing that thing, that is when we say the person is addicted to a particular thing.
So, Nana, do you think at some point someone can be addicted but would not know?
Yeah.
You're doing something you feel is normal, right? But that's actually addiction. Do you think there's a point in life where there's something like that?
Oh, yes. It's just like someone drowning, maybe someone venturing to, swim to a very deep bottom, and the person thinks he's very good. The person is actually causing harm to himself, but then doesn't realize. It's until the person gets to the peak, the bottom itself, that the person realizes that there is a harm being caused and he's dying. So, yes, people do get addicted to stuff, and they get to know that they don't get to know that was actually an addiction. Just like you watching movies and then being addicted to reels and all those stuffs. You keep watching and scrolling up, not realizing how addicted you are to that particular thing.
Okay. So how dangerous can that be?
Very dangerous. It actually takes a lot. It makes you lose focus. Let's say you have time to do something else, but then you not realizing that scrolling up and down is draining a whole lot of the time. It makes it very, very difficult for you to manage your time.
Yeah, sure. You keep mentioning scrolling down, scrolling, up. Somebody might, put that as maybe a phone, right? We keep watching movies, watching reels here and there. In my intro, I did mention that we only think addiction is one-sided, right? Aside the phone that you just mentioned, are there something that people are actually addicted to? Especially the youth of nowadays, there are certain things that we go so much into. Can you mention some examples?
Oh, yeah. So since you're on campus, the most sensitive and the most important one, that one is quite alarming that you would have to have focus on, apart from the videos. Pornography. Also, pornography is very sensitive, but we have to talk about it. The typical African parents wouldn't want to talk about it. They just not thinking about you. So I'm not saying they don't really think about you.
Yeah.
They try their focus to vary with the topics, but
Yeah.
there is a need for us to delve into it. So pornography is the most alarming one that we would have to focus on.
Very dangerous. Porno, boys, and niggas. So you see, like you just mentioned pornography. I've realized that we channel energy into saying that boys are actually the ones into pornography. But to be honest, I've not seen any lady, but I don't want to say statistically, but it appears that women also venture so much into some of these things. And it's actually dangerous.
Yes.
Because, like, God forgive us. So, pornography is something that students, especially the youth, are so much into, and just like we did mention, it has adverse effects on us as individuals. We might not get it now, but, it's actually dangerous to us, right? Now, we mentioned pornography. Or any other things students do or people do that are very addictive?
Substance abuse.
That is?
Yes. Hard drugs and normal drugs.
Okay.
The normal unprescribed drugs, which aren't hard, right? Sleeping pills and that stuff, those stuff, coffee and the rest. So people do take in sleeping pills to be able to stay awake throughout the night.
Yeah.
So for them to be able to study too.
Yeah.
With that, I think it causes more harm to the body.
But don't you think that's good for the person going to study and then get better grades?
Well, it is very good for you to be able to study for long, but you should get to know yourself when it comes to study. And then having good sleep is one of the most important things that we as students, not as students, we as students are supposed to get in our daily lives.
Yeah.
It's true that it's going to be very small. The time you get to sleep is going to be as compared to that of being at home. So, but looking at how people take these sleeping pills and then taking in coffee, yes, in the future, a whole lot of things are going to be happening to them. Kidney failure and those stuff. There's so many things.
Okay.
Yes. And this cocaine, people do take in marijuana, not realizing they are taking in marijuana. Now it's made of, they actually turn it into, they've manufactured toffees with marijuana. It's not a news, it's something that has been happening for quite a long time.
I get tough.
That's
Because we toffee. Sorry, maybe the person will blow you for here. I just want to say the we toffee something, that's an example that he's giving here. So you see, a lot of things are happening. People are addicted, getting means and ways to just, put themselves on. Find if the person is taking some weed, they probably will say that no, I call me. So they put it inside something to make them, go ahead. And that is so serious.
very serious.
And we see some of these effects around. Somebody is walking in the sun and then stops there, dozing off. It's actually a serious case, and thank God you in particular are watching this video. I hope it's making sense to you. And if it does, kindly drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know that indeed you have watched up to this extent. Now, moving forward, and by the way, Nana is an advocate for, this addiction stuff. He's actually a preacher of it, and he does so much work in that. Now, being an advocate, have you ever been into addiction, or is this something you have been addicted to before?
Okay, so the short videos I'm talking about, I was quite addicted to that.
Okay.
I was addicted to a whole lot of stuff. Not pornography, not anything sexual, but things that eat up the mind. I know this thing is hurting me. The short videos, for instance, is one important thing. And also exercise. And I was so much addicted to exercise that sometimes I do not get to do the most important thing I'm supposed to do. Some focuses I need to, guide my eyes on. I don't do that particular thing, and it really hurts me. So I tend to stop them. Put in the effort and everything became perfect.
Today, Nana is an advocate. You two who are addicted and are watching this video, you can also be an advocate. Probably not you. Somebody there needs a video like this to watch to let them know that addiction is so dangerous and can be a great harm to them, their health, and even their life in general. Share the video to someone to also watch and run away from this canker. Right. So now we have mentioned a whole lot, and I'm sure by now your mind is, drawing your attention to certain things that people are actually into. he did mention pornography. And I actually want to stress on that because this has a lot of effects when you look at medical statistics and, how pornography is affecting us as individuals. It will marvel you, right? I really want us to delve deeper into that. Do you think pornography is having an effect on us? You see, people want sexual pleasure. We just want to watch those stuff and then we are aroused and we are okay. Doesn't have any effect on us at the end of the day.
So foremost, the greatest sin is sexual immorality, fornication.
Okay.
And then even looking at that, most of the things that we are being exposed on the media has got to do with sexuality. And so it does have great effect on us.
Yeah.
This thing is very, very disturbing. And to tackle what you first said, that most people think guys are the ones who watch pornography or are those who are being addicted to pornography. It's a fellas, man.
It be lie.
Yeah, looking at this, I think most ladies do watch pornography a lot. And you say it's a lie. Personally, I have experiences, not with the addiction, but with people I really respect. I go to take their phones and maybe we are looking for something, group X and those stuff.
Yeah.
You come across the links, like the person has been typing those stuff, they be searching for that particular site.
Photo links.
It's not easy. So women are actually facing that a lot.
Yeah.
Guys, you normalize it, but women is very, very dangerous. But let's get to the general view of this particular thing. So pornography affects the mind. It affects your relationship with the opposite sex and so many things.
Yeah.
And people go further to masturbate. In fact, the end product of pornography is masturbation.
Another canker.
Yes. So people would go against this, concept, but that's the truth. Yes. Whatever you do, so far as you're addicted to pornography, you will definitely go into masturbation, and you wouldn't get to know when you're getting to that particular stage. People do a whole lot of that. There are people who are addicted, and when they are sitting in public transport in a commercial cars themselves, they do view those videos. And Charlie, you'll be thinking that this person is stupid. Why is he doing this? Sorry, my language.
Yeah.
But you do not actually get to realize what is actually going on in this person's brain. He has become so unconscious and conscious to his own self that he doesn't really get to know that there are people around him.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, his instincts just work weirdly, and you tend to blame them, but it starts from somewhere.
Yeah.
So people who tend to give their phone at a very young age without putting restrictions on them are doing them great harm. But even if you give them phones and those stuff, they definitely are going to view that on their friends' phones and stuff. So yeah, most of us did get to watch some on our friends' phones and laptops.
Yeah.
And it's very dangerous. Someone has his files loaded with pornography just to be watching every day and then holding something he's not supposed to be holding.
Someone show me. You better do this too, because the effects are so big. Now, before we get into breaking the chain, right? How can we get free from this? I want you to touch on, betting. The rising one, right? One that isn't rising. It has come to stay because Barcelona and Madrid are playing, and then people are dying because they have stake bets, and then they are not winners. Betting is another one. Can you talk?
Okay, so since our focus is more on pornography, let me just compare it to pornography. Yes, the number of people who are able to come out of betting is higher than those who are able to come out from pornography.
Okay.
Watching pornography. So with betting, it's very, very mind-eating. If you do not take care, you end up doing things you're not supposed to do. Having to have prominent people from prominent, companies using companies' money to stake bets. And it does work most of the times for them. But then every day for the team, one day for the master.
The owner, yeah.
And then we get to see how disgraced they are. People will be talking about it. Meanwhile, they are doing the same. Betting, whoever bets and whosoever is addicted to betting is a thief. Oh. If you do not take care, you go into still. You would lie. That's one thing you have to be paying attention to. The boys may say is like, yes, betting does a whole lot to the mind, to the brain and all that. But the pornography side is one important thing you would have to touch on the effect and how to come out of it.
Yeah. And so that brings us to the most important aspect. Fine, you are addicted. And so you need to come out of it. And so we are going to delve into how to break the chain, how to run out of this addiction that is all over you. You who are watching, probably not you, maybe your friend or something. Run out of it. Now he's going to delve into how we are going to get out of it. Now, take us through, right? We're going to be discussing how to break free from this canker. You have spelled out a lot of, effects that it has on us. Individually, societally, sometimes you are addicted so much that you can't mingle with your friends. And that's so sad, right? So sad. Nana, how do we get out of this canker?
Okay, I will use three steps.
Okay.
Or 3 guidelines, or maybe 3 things you would have to do as a person who would want to fight porn addiction.
Okay.
So I'll start from the third one.
Okay.
The third one is having a conscious mind, making conscious effort to stop. And the second one is
so with the first point, can you that it starts with you. You have to make that effort to want to get out of it.
Yes.
Okay.
So being consistent after making that conscious effort is the second one. So let me delve a little bit into the third and second, and I'll come to the first. The third one being you making that conscious effort is to telling yourself, psych your mind that you're going to stop this. That doesn't end there. You make efforts, you see a counselor, I mean a professional one. Because if you see someone who is not really a professional, who does not have good experience, you might even lead that person into having to do something with that person. And it's very dangerous. People who help people fight addiction do have their own challenges. That is why we put in systems. We make sure that we distance ourselves, not in a way that will make that person seem to think that he is rejected or maybe abandoned by us, but he feels the company, but then we are distant from the person.
Yeah.
Just like the distance relationship. And so with that, you see a professional. And then after seeing the professional, there are guidelines the professional is going to give to you.
Yeah.
There are guidelines a preacher or any other person, your elder, bishop, whatever, is going to give to you. And then after the guidelines have got to do with how to, that thing. The consistency comes in with you following that guidelines. So the guidelines, the first thing is try your possible best not to be very lonely. Try your possible best to come out of boredom. Because when the mind is void, there are things that would want to fill that voidness. Yes. And so whenever you're alone in your room, you should find something practical doing. Otherwise, you fall prey to that. Go out, exercise. When it's out, stand up, do push-ups, sweat. As soon as you sweat, that focus loses. Play melody, exercise, that focus loses. Go take your bath. Do not take cold water in the evenings if you really want to sleep, because that particular thought would want you to have your eyes wide open in the night.
Yeah.
So you take in warm water, you pour that on you, and then you will be able to sleep comfortably.
Right.
Yes.
Now, talking about boredom, what about involving friends so they keep you company?
Oh yes, we do have good friends around. Luckily for me, I have friends I call anytime and those stuff. Yes. Are you that lucky? No, I didn't fall prey to any of them. I didn't fall into any one addiction. But there are different types of addiction that I fall into. Inferiority complex, people who are addicted to inferiority complex, self-doubt, and the rest. Yes, they are very important to get to know. So speaking to friends who, not friends who are always talking about nasty stuff.
Yeah.
With people who talk about resourceful stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. So the consistency comes in there. So you follow that. Overexcitement. Sometimes when a teacher is teaching in class or a lecturer is teaching in class, you feel like, Charlie, this thing, when I go, I'm going to study more on it. I'm going to do this do more research.
Yeah.
You go there and then you're studying this and you think you've understood, but then you're not getting anything. For you think you've understood. The next time maybe test, quiz, anything, exams comes, you're not able to write what you would want to write.
Yeah.
That is overexcitement playing over there. And so you would have to be conscious, very conscious. Yes, you cannot be fully clean. There are times that you are going to fall prey to that. But then you should make sure that you are strong, just like Alexander the Great. You're going to do so much for yourself. And the first one, the God factor. Yes, so
you started from the bottom and then we are moving to the God factor.
That is the first one. The God factor is very important. Charlie, without God, nothing is possible. And most writers, in fact, all writers who write about moral principles, writing books, selling them, best sellers, whatever, take almost all of their ideas from the scriptures. That is undeniable. They take everything from the scriptures. So reading your Bible, praying to God, singing, making melody in your heart, doing all this stuff, helping people, giving out, actually helps. It really helps. And try your possible best to also help people fight the addiction. Yes. Just build that system. God is only the best.
I love that. So, he has mentioned just 3 points that we need to focus on, right? One is putting up self-conscious that I want to get out of it. 2 is consistency. If you have started it today and it is working, don't give up. Continue to do it. And the 3rd point is putting in the God factor. God is so mighty that everybody fears him. Now, what's wrong with me? If you have that conscience and you have that in your mind, you definitely flee any sin that you are into or any form of, bad thing that you are into. And this is amazing. It doesn't only apply to the pornography. Any addiction that you have, you are involved in, this is applicable. And so apply these things, and then it is going to be very, very helpful. You have journeyed with us through this far, and I hope you have learned something great from this brother and what he has shared with us. Do not forget to give us a subscribe. This helps us so much. The algorithm tells us that a lot of you watch, but you don't subscribe, you don't even like, you don't even comment. It doesn't even take much of your time. Please do us a favor, like, comment, share, and then also subscribe to this channel. As we are wrapping up, Nana, somebody's into addiction, right? Struggling to get out of it. What words do you have for this person?
Okay, one important thing is, would you want people to see that you're addicted to this particular thing? Just like the very noble women that I've seen watching, or maybe I've noticed they are watching, or maybe other guys to be sick. Wouldn't want us to see. They come out as, rude people.
Innocent.
Yes. Would you want to be a hypocrite? That's one question you need to ask yourself. And your mind, it always eats you up. You always feel guilty anytime you watch that. Yes, that's true. Unless people have sinned to the extent where sin is righteousness. And so, would you want to do that? And most importantly, that pleasure is not the right thing. I spoke of the God factor. And so, would you want to attain salvation for your dear? So it could be that you're doing all the most righteous stuff that God has spoken about. But this is one thing is actually going to lead you to damnation. Would you want to fall prey to that? Would you want to be at the place of torment? That's a question you need to ask yourself. From your thoughts. So,
wow.
Basically.
Amazing. This has been an interesting conversation with my brother Nana, and I hope you have learned. Please do take this into practice. Maybe you are not addicted. Share this with someone who is, and then I hope that this video is going to be a very resourceful one to you and then to the other people who are watching. Thank you for sticking and staying with us through to the end, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.